Today we're talking about a game that was fairly controversial when it first came out among fans of the previous 4 games. However, as I was not one of them, I wasn't so much bothered by the redesign of all the different characters. If you were, I'm terribly sorry, but this really isn't going to be the review for you. Other than that, let's get into it. Let's not beat around the bush here, let's get started with the gameplay. Now, to say this game is fast would be an understatement. Once you master the controls, which will take a little bit of time, you'll be flying back and forth like a Tasmanian devil of death. The game has the most fluid controls I have ever played. Weapons can be switched on the fly, giving you access to all of them without the need for pausing and switching them out. This leads to massive and varied combos that never let you feel like you're doing the same move over and over again, like a lot of beat 'em up type games. On higher difficulties, you better be ready to master all of these and more, or expect to fail a lot. Do yourself a favor and make sure you ease into the difficulty that's right for you, as there are several, from easy to Hell in Hell mode. Anyone who plays this game on Hell in Hell mode and says it's too easy is a far better gamer than I. The levels are incredibly well designed, and you will honestly have fun traversing the world. The boss battles are incredible, and each one feels drastically different from the one that came before it. And overall, the game is just a blast to play. The only negative I have is on 2 subsequent playthroughs, it gave you different hints at different times. This is a nitpick, sure, but it can be incredibly frustrating when you're trying to figure out what you're supposed to do, and the game doesn't bother to tell you what move you need in order to get past a certain area. Rather than some buggy hint boxes, the game is fantastic. And so overall, the gameplay for DMC earns a 9 out of 10. It is damn near flawless, and is probably the best beat-em-up game I have ever played. Next up, we'll take a look at the soundtrack. To put it simply, this game is fucking metal. That said, if metal isn't your thing, you're probably not going to enjoy it. However, the voice acting is incredible. Each one sounds like a real person, and you never get that feeling like anybody was sitting in a booth. They were, obviously, but they do such a good job of adding emotion into it that you buy it. Sound effects are spot on, and everything has just the right amount of punch to it in order to get you invested in the moment. Overall, I give the soundtrack for this game a 9 out of 10. However, if you really don't like heavy metal music, it may be more of a 6 for you. But for me, definitely a 9. Next up, we'll take a look at the graphics. The game does a great job of making a world that seems unreal. Limbo is by far the creepiest game world I've seen in a while. Only real complaint, and it's again kind of a nitpick, is about the words written on the wall. I thought that pulls you out of the moment a little bit and would have been much better left out or voiced. As said, the demonic designs were incredible, the bosses were each unique, and the world they have created is a feast for the eyes. On top of that, the animations are flawlessly, blending seamlessly one right into the other. You can really tell that Team Ninja really wanted to get this right, and they did. Overall, the graphics for DMC earn a perfect 10 out of 10. Next up, we'll take a look at the story. Now, when this game begins, you see that your character Dante is having a fairly wild night out, with plenty of wine, women, and song to go around. The next morning, you meet Kat, who has been sent to collect you from an organization called the Order. It is at this point when you are attacked by a demon hunter, and it does lead to one of the more funny scenes in the game. From here, the tutorial level begins, and it just basically gives you the basics of how to play the game. Not a whole lot of story is put into this until the very end, where you find out you are the son of a demon named Sparta. This leads you to the Order, where you find its leader, a man named Virgil, who sends you on a soul-searching quest to find your true identity. This leads to a tale of surprising intrigue and suspense. Now, that could have been because I knew almost nothing about the older game. If you know about him, it may not be as suspenseful. The only real negative I have for the story is that frankly the boss you've been working towards fighting the whole game is kind of a letdown. But trust me, it's not the end of the game there. No spoilers, but it is an awesome ride. Overall, the story of DMC earns a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Finally, let's take a look at customer care. Now, I'm sure this is where fans of the old games are waiting for me to complain about the different things that were basically slaps in the face to older fans. However, I'm not going to so much put the blame to that on Team Ninja. As you must remember, Capcom was calling the shots and did tell them on several occasions how much they wanted to change and what they wanted in the game. They wanted a new and different franchise. So I'm not going to give Team Ninja any shit for that. You might, but that's your opinion. Now, I did notice a couple of buggy moments where Dante or his opponent would vanish. Now, it only happened once or twice in my playthrough, but it should be mentioned. On top of that, pre-rendered cutscenes would occasionally freeze for a few seconds when switching back to the game engine. It's not a huge deal, but it should be mentioned. Otherwise, I think these guys did a great job trying to bring an older franchise to a new audience. And that's why I give customer care for this game a 7 out of 10. I think they did an above average job. Overall, DMC earns a 44 out of 50. It is a damn good game, and I would highly advise you pick it up if you have a system that can play it. That's it for this game. For more games or anything else gamer related, please head over to holdtheline.com. And while you're there, please check out the videos from our other contributors, both Gamer Input and Gaming Bytes, both of which I believe you'll really enjoy. Until next time, my name is Vega Goose saying, that's my opinion, what's yours? I'll see you next time.